This game is hard as Rush Rev to get a working game going.
Fight!
Alright, so as I alluded to, a long time ago when the set was first being set up, Senpac playing Gerald. I assume that this is like a known secondary. And, you know, why not give it a shot? You have a set to work with. Hyper Crasher doing a lot better against the Gerald, given that Gerald doesn't live forever and kill you whenever he feels like. Does Charge Upper actually connect now, or was that a weird thing? And Hyper Crasher back at having a stock lead, although admittedly a very tenuous one. My god! Senpac sure did hit a lot of buttons. And Hyper Crasher sure did die at 69. Now, Senpac at 69 himself. Alright, last stock from both players. Senpac has a lead here, but you know, that doesn't mean that much when that can happen.
Finish!
So much for that lead. So that's gonna be a game on the board for Hyper Crasher. And I do not expect to see the Gerald again, although we might see the Gerald for the whole first set. Definitely would not be surprised to just see the Jimmy come back. Alright, and Senpac will be sticking with the Gerald as we head to Erkin.
Today's our chance to be big shot. Geared up and ready.
Fight!
Yes. Hey, hey. Pitch the dragon. Yes.
On this game, honestly, I'm just gonna say it's even until a stock gets taken, because I've seen what these players do to each other. Hyper Crasher will take the first stock though. And honestly, Hyper Crasher started to look pretty dominant here. Pocket Watch is going to take his first stop. But Senpac, only 2 left. Good throw armor to catch that nade there. But either way, Hyper Crasher being pretty dominant in this game. Unless Senpac can find something here, but no. Hit back to the other side of the stage. Stopwatch isn't gonna do it, and that charge up air will. And you know, this isn't super far from even. We've seen both of these players go on absurd strings. Burst comes out from Senpac. Nade almost does it. And I was scared for Hyper Crasher on that one. But they are going to take that second game. And I honestly kind of hope Senpac switches back to Jimmy. This Gerald has not been working out for him. I thought I would just as soon not have a reset. Sorry, Hyper Crasher, but I would like to be done. I have been commentating for 4.5 hours straight. No, Hyper Crasher. That's okay, the people at my locals do it too. Like, we have the opportunity to get out early tonight, and nope, game 10 of Daisy Banjo. And it's gonna be Gerald. Yeah. That would be better, except for the fact that I don't have to commentate the entire time at my locals like I do here. My voice is fucking shot after 4 hours and 38 minutes of commentary. Yes, Stopwatch is just going to call out Hyper Crasher sitting in neutral. Good power shield on that Stopwatch. And the snipes! Hyper Crasher taking the first stock, but Senpac potentially not far behind. And still alive after that, wow. But these percents super even. Hyper Crasher able to take the stock though. And now it's up to Senpac to get something going again. Stopwatches like that one are super threatening though. Once again, the turtle floats with menacing intent. I like the mix of the recovery, putting out the smoke cloud, not using it immediately, but then once you act like you're not going to use it at all, then you go for it. Also, Hyper Crasher getting another stock. This is looking like it's going to be a reset, which, you know, at least it's not a game 10. And yeah, that's going to be the reset for Hyper Crasher. Question is, does that mean that the Jimmy is going to come out now? Or are we going to get more Gerald? Hey, TSH, do you want to acknowledge that the reset is happening? Buddy? And yes! Senpac is going Jimmy now. There's the reset. So Senpac only had to throw one set to get the main back out. And now comes the real moment of truth. What can Hyper Crasher do to this Jimmy? Can he take a game like they did in Winners Finals?
Fight!
Will they be able to play as well as they did against the Gerald? Well, with different hosts, the timer is 8 minutes. So if that actually was the problem, it totally wasn't. Then Hyper Crasher's in luck, but you know, I think that is the problem. Which, like, yeah, that is a problem. Why the fuck can Jimmy do that? The timer doesn't matter. Alright, 2 stocks to 1 taken. Senpac full stock in the lead. Hyper Crasher on fire. I feel like someone just, like, didn't read how zoners are supposed to work and what their downsides are supposed to be when they were making Jimmy. Because, like, you can't let him recover forever and live forever off the top and have really good zoning and have ladder combos. Like, I don't quite get what Jimmy's weakness is supposed to be. And like, here's the thing. The concept is really cool. Like, a puppety zoner is neat, but you have to give him some downside. You know, nerf his recovery, make him light, give him less zoning tools, make him only have the puppet as his option. Like, you have to do something. And yeah, that he's going to be game 1 Senpac.
The simplicity that is winning.
I don't know when commentary turned into a treatise on how this character is an absolute problem in a game I don't even play. But that's what's happened, and honestly, I'm okay with that. This is what happens when I'm streaming for 4 hours and 50 minutes straight. Alright, here's the next game, going to Jellyfish. This is the stage where Hypercrasher should, at least theoretically, do pretty well. Where they came pretty close to taking a couple different games, actually, in winners finals. Where did they win? Let me check that. Yeah, they won on Food Dreams. Ladder won't take it, and Hypercrasher has the stock lead, building up damage. Burst comes out. Burst does not work out though. Doesn't gain anything out of that stock before losing it. my god. That was dangerous spot for Hyper Crasher. And also this game has even all the way back up. Got it out of the way, but it's still so hard to play neutral against Jimmy. Meteor reciprocation means that Hyper Crasher not falling too far behind, building little bits of percent onto Senpac. Four and a half minutes left. Time definitely won't be a factor in this match. Also probably wouldn't have been in a 6-minute match. Burst from Senpac, no meter left. Scary spot for both players. Taking the stock from here first is very likely to be huge in deciding the match. And it is Hyper Crasher. That's probably not going to help him as much as it would have helped Senpac, but, you know, baby steps. Getting these little bits of damage. There's going to be the stock for Senpac, and the game is back to basically even. 3 minutes left still. And yeah, that is going to do it. And would you believe it, before the 6-minute mark, it's almost like Jimmy's just a better character and wins regardless of timer. Huh, who would have thunk it? Alright, and Food Dreams is going to be the pick. hate that Hyper Crasher won a game on Twin Dreams in Winners Finals. Although the game on Twin Dreams in Grands wasn't overly close, I do still think that Jellyfish is the... Oh, fuck! I thought we were done with this asshole.
Fight!
Alright, so Hyper Crasher going the Iroh. And now we get to see how Iroh does against characters that are not himself. Jimmy's kit does admittedly seem uniquely suited to dealing with the fire breath. But the ability to heal in any zoner matchup is going to be pretty big. Still, Senpac taking that first stock. And Hyper Crasher remarkably close behind with that stock. Hyper Crasher actually has a lead here. I would definitely like to see Senpac going for a few more grabs, given the success that Hyper Crasher has been finding with the counter. Especially after drinking tea. I guess a lot of it might just be matchup unfamiliarity for Senpac. And yeah, the lightning absolutely will fuck up Jimmy recovery. Hyper Crasher in the lead here. I didn't think I would be excited to see Uncle Iroh again so soon, but this is working out, and I'm really interested to see how far Hyper Crasher can go with this. Burst coming out, healing off a bit of damage with the T. Honestly, I could see Burst with Iroh being better than with, like, any other character. Because you get to heal with T. And you also... yeah, just have so much more meter because of T. And there's the up throw. That is going to take it. And Senpac has been on the back foot this whole game. First from Hyper Pressure. And just using the counter to leave whenever Jimmy tries to get in on you is such a good option. That is going to be a stop, though. And this game, a lot less of a lead than I think Hyper Crasher wanted. But you know, Senpac hasn't been able to find any of these super early stocks this game. So if that continues, Hyper Crasher might be in a pretty good spot.
Finish!
That game would have gone to time in 6 minutes.